Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Gulfstream Park here on Saturday. It is March the 24th, 2018. Going to look at the stakes races on today's program from Gulfstream, races 6 and race 12. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it, around the world. Let's get on to it, starting off race number 6 from Gulfstream. The sixth race, it's the fifth running of the Any Limit Stakes per $75,000. It's for 3-year-olds here. Field of 6 horses going the distance of ground of 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the main track. My top pick in this race, I like the number 4 horse here, number 411S. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I'm going to go 4623 in the superfecta, 4623 super. I'm going to play for 10 cents, and if this comes out, it's going to pay quite a bit, even for 10 cents, even though I do have the favorite on top. But the second and third place finishers are both 15 to 1 and I believe 8 to 1, so even if it comes out, it's going to pay a nice little amount for a 10 cents minimum base wager. But my top pick, number 411, is she's the favorite, and she should be a single a multi-race ticket for anybody that plays it. I'm not going to be playing multi-race this week. Next week I'll wait for the Florida Derby card. But Luis Saez is on this one. Jimmy Jurgens trains this one. This horse's most recent outing came on the 4th of March. That came at Gulfstream, 6.5 and an optional 75 claimer. This horse won by 7 3/4 lengths that day. This horse broke on top that day, stalked early, got the lead, and then just took off clear. Very nice victory off of about a 2-month layoff. His start before came on the 6th of January at Gulfstream, 6 furlongs in the Glitter Women's Stakes. This horse didn't do well that day. Finished 6 by 8 3/4 lengths, or 6 1/4 lengths. Was very wide and just never was really into the race. It just wasn't this horse's day to win. And then on the 22nd November at Aqueduct on the off the turf on the sloppy going 6 furlongs, main special weight 60,000. Horse won by 10.5 lengths, carrying 115 pounds. This horse just took off clear. Very easy victory. Keep in mind, this horse, for the horse's first 2 outings, this horse was never on Lasix. They only added the Lasix earlier this month, where she won by 7 3/4 lengths. So maybe that was the key with this horse. She's getting Lasix again today, and like I said, I do think she should run well. So watch out for her. So to recap my bets for the 6th from Gulfstream, it's the 5th running of the Any Limit Stakes. Gonna go with the 4 horse, 11S. Gonna go 4623 in the superfecta. If you're gonna play a multi-race wager, I would suggest you single the 4 horse. So now let's get on to race number 12 from Gulfstream Park. The 12th race, it's featured on the program, and it used to be one of my favorite races. I'll get into it why it used to be one of my favorite races. The 12th race, it's the 64th running of the Hutchenson. Grade 3 purse, $100,000. It's for 3-year-olds here. Field of 6 horses going the 1,200 meter trip or 6 furlongs on the Gulfstream Park main track. And this race used to be one of my favorite races because it used to be 7 furlongs, and it used to be, this was kind of the race. First thing, it used to be run in early January, and you would see some of these horses that run in this race end up in like the Fountain of Youth or the the Florida Derby, and end up in the starting gate in Churchill on Derby Day. But in years past, they switched around the distance. They moved the race around, so you don't see a lot of horses going to the Derby Trail from this race anymore, which is a shame because you had some nice horses running this race years ago. This year it's an okay race, but it's not my favorite anymore for some reason. But I think next year they should move this race back to January and run it at 7 furlongs. Would be a perfect kind of position to run before, like they do with the San Vicente in Southern California. You'll see some horses run out of that race into the Triple Crown preps out there. But hopefully they move this race back to its normal position and distance in the future. But my top pick in this race, I like the number 4 horse, Tricks to Do. Gonna go 4126 in the superfecta, 4126 super. My top pick, number 4, Tricks to Do, 2 to 1. I ride Ortiz Jr.'s on the Strio Colt by Into the Mischiefs. This horse had a start on the 3rd of February. That came at Gulfstream, 7 furlongs in the swale. This horse finished 4th by 4 1/4 lengths that day, and was just at about mid-pack most of the race. Just really couldn't get a good closing kick at the end. It just wasn't his day to win. The winner, Strike Power, just ran a little bit of a better run that day. The start before came on the 16th of December at Tampa Bay, 6 furlongs in the inaugural stakes. This horse won by 7 3/4 lengths, was 40 cents to the dollar, and just destroyed the field. It had a very nice, easy victory. Was the best horse by a mile. And then the start before came on the 27th of October at Laurel, 6 furlongs, main special weight 41,000. Horse won by 5 3/4 lengths. Again, had a broken rein that day. Didn't notice it on the replay when I watched the replay, and then I saw the running line about the broken rein. I had to go back, and I still didn't see it. But according to the running line. This horse had a broken rein, but other than that, this horse had a very nice, easy victory. I like this horse here. It's the most improved out of any of these horses. Watch out for this one here today. So to recap my bets for the 12th from Gulfstream, it's the Hutchenson, the grade 3 Hutchenson. Gonna go with the 4-horse Tricks to Do. Gonna go 4-1-2-6 in the superfecta. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck.